Possibly going live. Hello! Hello and welcome. You are here, you have arrived. It is the promised land. It is the Vegan Stephen podcast. We're here to play with the truth. This is strictly if you're over 50 years old. No. Anyway, this is the business course. Create business now. It's not that now. It's called Make money Now. We're here with the infamous Dr. Boogie. He is banned in...
dangerous.
He's dangerous, he's infamous, he's...
And bad.
He's got his toes in many pies, and that's why you have to conceal his identity for...
Oh, I'm just here to take your money, so don't worry.
Yeah, so it's a part of the Make Money Now course, and you can check out all the lessons for free on... Jesus Christ.
That's the end of the world there.
You can check out all...
That's the market's crashing.
That's the market, yeah. Right now, as of today, the Chinese... not the Chinese market, but if you were to combine it as a whole, obviously not any one particular thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Today's date is the 2nd of the 3rd, 2020. I'm going to stay out of this lad's way. He's just going to tell you what is on his mind.
Now, just think about this for a sec. Think about that sound. Give a man a fish, feed him for a day, feed a family for a day. Teach a man to fish, you have him for life.
Yeah.
So, which brings me on to my next point, is having knowledge of the subject you are doing is probably a better idea than trying to go with the flow all the time. Having expertise knowledge is a very good way to go.
Yeah.
And that's something that has to be learned the same way as learning the alphabet. You don't want to learn that. You cannot... people who have expertise in the knowledge don't remember... If you ask someone, where did you learn that info, and they can't tell you, the chances are you know it really fucking well. If they can tell you where you learned that, it's just like, it's just another source. Like, you've no fucking idea what you're on about.
Yeah.
They haven't a clue. But if they... And people think, well, how do you know that? And they can't tell you, explain where they got it from. They seem to think, that person doesn't know what he's on about because he didn't cite a source. Say, well, the ones who know this shit don't need to cite a source. Because they know it themselves. They know it. They've had a mixture of different experiences. Experience is the only source. I mean, because you know it full on. You got your feet wet. You got the whole body submerged.
Yeah.
And you've been baptized with knowledge.
Oh, baptized with knowledge. That could be the title of this episode, man. Baptized with knowledge.
Yeah. So we're going to baptize you. I'm going to tell you how to baptize yourself with knowledge in business.
Great.
So let's take any subject. So shall I mention a subject I'm doing? I'd rather mention something I kind of have a good idea of.
What you're passionate about right now. Do you know when you're talking about you did well in a certain... we won't get into it right now. But it doesn't even matter. It's just the fucking passion behind what the person's saying. It doesn't necessarily even matter what...
Well, you're
just here to inspire people to...
Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing right now, what I have done and I decided to do. There's one subject where I started it over... Remember the thing that was happening? The
top secret. Fast forward.
Come in. It's the police. But what was it? So I was trying to make money in a certain way. I literally followed the manual of a person doing it in that way, and I was big into numbers, the numbers game, playing it by the numbers. And yes, I was making money. I was doing well. I was making money, but I was investing too much money, and not enough knowledge. And it was happening very, 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 very slowly. And the consistency was pretty much inconsistent.
Yeah.
And I was kind of in and out, in and out, in and out. Then all of a sudden, I kind of just... The thing is not to get complacent and think, that's as far as I go. Allow yourself to learn more stuff. And just admit that you're learning more stuff. Admit to what else you might know and say, now... And you will naturally find different ways of doing things. And I find this in every job, even my teaching career. It's exactly the same. I'm going in my 7th year doing this, and I basically started I used to do it the way I was taught and kind of pick different ways and mix them together. Now I just do it my way, and I just do it. My personality comes into it. When your personality mixes in with what you're doing, that's when you know what you're doing. So when you're running a business is no exception. So in this particular field, away from the teaching, but in this other trading field, I literally followed someone else's instructions to the letter, and I found out that the time I had to put in, there was no time for me to do it. I couldn't do it. I had no time. So what I did was I kind of was looking at other stuff. Naturally, as I gained more knowledge of different sources, different trainings, different things, naturally it led me to one conclusion, and that was to try something a little differently. Set goals. That's the other thing. Set small goals, and then when you have the time, maybe set bigger ones when you can become more consistent with the smaller ones. And what you need to do is you need to be able to find a way. You will naturally gain more knowledge, and you need to apply knowledge that you learned from other things to this. Try and put it together. Just naturally, if you know more, why not put it to the test? I did exactly that. I said, okay, they're telling me if you see a thing highlighted in a certain colour, that's your bet. Then I decided to go for the stuff that was not highlighted, and that is when I started making lots of money.
Yeah.
That. Because they never mentioned that. They just did it a certain way. And they were grand with what they were doing. They had their own way. It was successful. It was working. But I tried it a different way that didn't require to invest huge amounts of money to begin with. And I could still make profits relatively quickly.
Yeah.
And gaining knowledge in another subject similar to that, just combine that together and allow yourself to learn more knowledge, and your consistency rate will only shoot up. There's no other way about it. So I decided, okay, I'm going to try it my way, and it works about 99% of the time. And the one time it doesn't work, you got the numbers on your side as well. So the way to accumulate knowledge is to ultimately have your own way of doing things. It's running a business is not a step-by-step manual.
Right.
Never has and never will be.
Oh, damn.
And so, this is coming from someone who was very good at following instructions and who wanted everything to be done step by step.
And where'd it get you, Dr. Boogie?
Nowhere. Other than to try it the other way. Because as soon as I just hit a stalemate, it's like, fuck it, I'm trying different things step by step. It's not getting you anywhere.
Yeah.
As soon as I deviated from that and I was willing to be accepted, to stop limiting myself to the way I was doing it and just be open-minded and to try things a different way, that is when I took off. And now I'm kind of learning very quickly, and that's what's working. Now, the other thing with that is don't be afraid to ask for advice from people who have been doing it for years.
I'm fucking still terrified to do that.
Even if you do it like through email or whatever, it's a good idea to ask.
Or prank calling.
Oh yeah, the crankers. The rubber band, whatever. And I'll just get a gun and shoot them if you don't answer. Just tell me what the fucking money is, and I'm gonna shoot you.
Tell me an answer to life and happiness,
or
you're gonna get it.
Yeah, you're gonna blow your fucking head off.
This might be a water gun filled with eggs and stale urine.
Oh, even better.
Well, which is worse, getting a bullet or stale urine in an egg?
I'd rather a bullet. At least you're unconscious. There's a story about a guy, like, I don't know if I shouldn't make fun of this subject.
Well, this is all fictional, isn't it? Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Change a few names and stuff.
Well, I don't even know the name of this fictional character, but
Great.
This fictional character decided to come up with a genius way of trying to kill himself.
Oh dear.
And he decided it was a good idea to get a big fucking huge rifle. Not a handgun wasn't enough. He needed a rifle to do this.
Yeah.
And most people who shoot themselves to death would just put the gun in your mouth, pull the trigger, and you're gone. You blow your fucking head off. Grand,
Simple
easy.
enough, yeah.
At least you're gonna die.
Happy
This
days.
man decided. He literally decided. He put the end of the rifle, the handle end where you hold it.
Yeah.
He put that on the ground, pointing upwards, and he put his forehead just on top of it.
Ah, Jesus.
He just so he's looking down into the barrel of the gun.
Yeah.
And he decided he just get his hand on the trigger. He wasn't balancing it or anything like that. It was just and of course, as soon as he pulled the trigger, it's gonna shake because the fucking rifle, the vibrate of the bullet coming out, is gonna shake the gun.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. It kind of missed the spot which had killed him, and it knocked him out, but not quite enough to kill him. And he had to get 10 reconstructive surgeries, and you should have seen his face. It's just the most fucked up thing ever.
Really?
It couldn't really it was not recognizable. It's like a E.T. from some other planet or something like that. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It was like a Darwin Award classic of the worst possible kind of attempt at.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, but and how do we get that? Yeah, the gun. But he clearly didn't. He didn't. He lacked knowledge in how to like use a gun properly.
Yeah, what a metaphor.
Now don't jump the gun. He didn't lift the gun. And I'm not saying I don't find that subject funny except when it's like stupid. Yeah, I love Darwin Awards. I love to be the presenter, just handing out Darwin Awards.
Yeah.
Especially to the couple who did a selfie on the side of the cliff and fell off.
Oh shit.
They took the selfie just right at the edge of the cliff and they fell off the cliff.
Is that with the fucking what's that, the stick?
It's a stick.
It's a meter long stick and you press the button and it takes a picture of it.
Yeah, I think they were holding stickers as well.
It's
just a silly trend. People like, oh, look at me on. I can think I can impress my family and friends. I think I'm going to make friends by having a big drop behind me. And it's like, oh, actually, you can make friends in the grave, like, because they'll all come to your funeral. At least that way they'll be there.
I find it hilarious that like someone's blaming selfie sticks for people dying. The selfie stick never did anything. It was just there minding its own business.
Do they stick to their plan?
I don't know, man. Fucking business, man.
Yeah, well, that was funny business. Now we're back to serious business.
Yeah, well, that's following trends, isn't it? And the trends.
That's why
following
trends is
affect on
probably
people's
not a
life
good
and
idea.
culture.
I think sometimes following trends is a good thing, sometimes it isn't. This is where knowledge has to come into it. You need to know what trends, because there are bad trends as well as good trends.
Yeah.
The trends can be your friend, but they can also bring you to an end. If you're not.
When to get off.
So you need to kind of know when to get off the gravy train. Otherwise, it's going to be a mistake.
Yeah.
But so how to expand your knowledge? Well, I would.
What's sometimes people make the mistake of thinking they're in their own business and so on. What business, like?
Well, that's okay. That's
like
let it happen.
For example, I'm ripping off a different lad here, but lad was talking about when the trains were really big, and I think cars were taking off or something, and people were like, "Do you want to fucking buy stocks in cars because they're going to be coming up?" And they're like, "No, cars will never take off.
Yeah.
We're driving trains." And then the trains became like out of style, they lost all the money, and then the car business took over. But apparently the mistake was that the train drivers didn't realise they were in the transportation business. They thought they were in the train business.
And that's thinking outside the box there.
Yeah, when cars came along, they were like, "This will never work."
Wow.
What's this have to do with trains? This has nothing to do with trains.
But that's where gaining knowledge of the subject becomes a good idea.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if that's the thing with this kind of stuff. I mean, I hate to disappoint anyone who's an instruction follower, but because I was one of those people.
Yeah, me
and
too,
now I had to change. There's also what was a question of wanting. I kind of had to. Now I'm glad I did, obviously, but it took a little bit of time to kind of get used to the idea where you really kind of have to think outside the box. Because I was terrible at it, and sometimes like you have to go for the different shades of grey and black and grey and white. It's not just all black and white, because if it was, everyone would be doing it.
Yeah.
So in that situation, back to the train business, it's all about the perception. A lot of it's psychological, believe it or not. They have to kind of think, what are the other people thinking? You have to almost become a mind reader, and you have to be empathetic with the situation. You have to be a real empath, because in that kind of situation, even if it's a manipulative thing, even that's okay too. But what I do right now is, and after gaining knowledge from different subjects and things like that, I kind of think, okay, I think I'm looking at these numbers. I know that this value, I know I'm looking at everything that people aren't going to make money down here. So I know where the trend's going to go. It's going to go up.
Yeah.
And I know for this fact, looking at the time, looking at other different factors, I know for a fact that people, the only way they can make money is they're going to push that up. They're going to push the money up. Because if they push it up, they'll make more money. And when that starts moving, that is when I jump in. Because I just do what they do. That's going with the flow. However, the reason for doing that is not something that can just be learned step by step. Yeah. You need to kind of know the situation, why that's going to happen, and what kind of situation that's going to happen. And if you get on the right trends, brilliant, get in, out.
Yeah.
Or whatever is your style. That's the way I do it now. So I get in and out. But if you follow a wrong trend, it can be so unpredictable. You have to have patience as well to learn a subject. It can't be rushed. That's the hardest thing in the world is patience.
Yeah.
That's why it's a virtue when you are patient.
It's very, very good.
It's so, and you have to accept that it won't be perfect all the time.
Yeah.
And it's how you handle the days that, and the thing is, even the bad experiences is a learning opportunity. So you're winning in either way because you know why something didn't go the way you expected it to. And when you gain all that knowledge, you'll eventually know what's working and what isn't working. And when it starts going right for you again, that is a aha moment.
Yeah, take note and keep going in that direction.
Absolutely, yeah. Know what's not working and what is working.
Yeah.
And once you know that, so really, like that's the way to do it. When you're running a business, know your subject. The learning curve, yes, it's steep, but think about the long term. All this, what I'm saying, is the short term. It means it's not so much about working hard; it's about working like in a smart way. It's not about. This shouldn't be labor at all. The labor is the learning, but doing the work shouldn't be labor at all. When you're running a business, it shouldn't be like that at all.
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing, you will know. Once you gain that knowledge, it's like learning how to ride a bike. It's a case. It does become automatic. You know exactly what's going to happen.
Like eating or something. Where's the
Pretty
food
much.
go? Where's all this money come from?
And when you get to that stage, and as long as you keep at it, you'll never have to work a day in your life again.
As far as you're concerned, anyway, it'll all be automated by yourself and your
mind,
systems and
bot.
your biological clock and not biological clock.
Your kind of
sleeping
muscle memory,
hygiene
yeah.
and, yeah.
Genealogy, baby.
Is genealogy related to that?
Probably, yeah, I don't know. It depends on the genes, because my genes are fucked up anyway. So I've no. My sources don't come from so much family stuff, but my genes are. Depends.
We're gonna try this beer here.
Oh yeah, it's the stuff. But yeah, so.
Is there any basics that? I always think about like learning accounting and all this stuff. I don't know. Is there any things?
Accounting, I wouldn't have a clue about.
But just so you can get away without accounting and all that, can you? You don't need it for what you're doing.
You never know. Later on, it might, but like you can always hire an accountant.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I've talked to people in that field about this stuff, and for whatever reason, and no insult to any accountants or anything, but they haven't a clue about this stuff.
Dang.
And it's like, and I'm kind of surprised as to why. But then that's up to me to figure out why that is, because I don't know. The reason why I can't say why. The reason there's no point in me kind of saying, "Oh, accountants, you should know."
That's why they're accountants.
Well, I was like, let's find out.
No, but really, do you understand what I just said? It just blew my mind. Like, that's why they're accountants, because they don't know the things so they can sit at home their arse watching Netflix.
Ah,
that's why
yeah, that's
doing
right,
accountancy
yeah.
every day. And it's not like everyone does.
And the thing is, I'd love to know more about their subject as to what do they do, because it's obviously a lot different to what. So I don't have knowledge on the subject as to why, but just for the habit of gaining knowledge, I'll find out why they're like that. But they do sometimes have to answer to other people as well. Yeah. Whereas with this stuff here, I don't really have to answer to anyone other than your typical normal code of conduct, but you don't really have to. You choose your own working hours. You do what you want, wherever you want, when you want, how you want, and how often you want. And that's the idea. All this stuff is, if you can do and the thing is, people say, oh, you need a big office to be successful. Well, no, you don't.
Laptop on the beach, sandals out.
That's the best office ever.
Skiing.
I'll just do a ski. I'll just be skiing at the top of the ski slope. Oh yeah, I just 1,000. There's a grand there. There you go.
It blows my mind when you look into like how big decisions are made and stuff, and some big decisions like to bomb a country or not were made. Well, some lad was sitting on a toilet, and another one was like, well, lad was flying from this place to this place, and like all the stuff isn't done in offices. It's done like over bars and over restaurants.
Well, my stuff I just do it on a train.
Yeah.
Going off, I could sit on the train and then. I mean, literally, and I know once I scale up the money, I could just be sitting there, going from here to this station, 20 minutes, make 70 quid, be 70 quid richer, risk free. and I could do that as many times a day as I want. So the idea is to kind of get up to that standard. And the thing is, know what's ahead of you. See the light at the end of the tunnel. Don't look at the tunnel. Look straight ahead. Accumulate the logic. Know why you're doing it. If you know the reasons behind it, and just think, learning that skill is just like learning any skill. When you do it long enough, you'll know how to do it. When I started off learning music as a kid, I would have had the same struggle as what I did with this.
Yeah.
No difference. I'm just older, but so I can kind of be a little bit more mature about it, obviously. But if I'd be doing this from a kid, I'd be a multi-millionaire by now.
Yeah, I think people are used to being crap at stuff when they're a kid, and when they're crap at stuff and adults, they can't handle it. They can't handle everyone telling them they're doing the wrong thing. When they're a kid, everyone was telling them they're doing the wrong thing all the time. They're just like, it's normal.
Oh, now it's gone the other way, actually. Because in schools, like in sports day, they give everyone a medal for taking part in the race rather than... It's actually so stupid. Like, rather than first, second and third, they actually give a medal to everyone. So stupid, like, yeah, so then that's like telling them, well, first of all, but what about those who did deserve the medal? They may not be as academic in the classroom, but it's the one time to shine. And the thing they're doing wrong there is they're setting themselves up for big failure. Yeah. They're not doing them any favours whatsoever, because part of running a business, you have to accept losses sometimes. And losses like expenditures. So even in your specialised field, everything you're good at, it's one day or so, it might go wrong against you at some stage. Nothing works, nothing is perfect. And it's not supposed to be. If it did, you wouldn't have anything to learn. So by doing that, they're telling them the message like, that's as good as it gets. There's no room for improvement. And plus, it's an unfair advantage or unfair disadvantage to those who do deserve it. Like, it's teaching them that, oh, you'll succeed at anything. You don't have to work hard for it. Well, actually, I hate to say it, but you kind of do. Well, initially, not forever maybe, but you have to, the bit where I see working hard is accepting loss.
Yeah, constant failure, and not, as failure is even the wrong word, just experiments that have gone
trial and error,
or whatever.
Trial and error is fucking shy.
Yeah.
But I think the whole giving everyone a medal, like, I mean, there's no way the losers who are going to be getting the medals, no fucking way you could put them in an office and they could run a business. The ones who decide the ones who don't earn the medals and decide, oh, I'm going to try something else, and then start getting good at what they do, they're the ones you want to hire.
Yeah.
But don't hire the ones who think they're entitled to a medal just because they took part. It's the taking part that counts.
Damn.
Mr. Softy.
Damn. Harsh lessons of life being taught here, man.
Well, when you run a business, there is but I tell you what, it is a little bit harsh sometimes. But remember, at the end of the day, when you run a business, there's no one to tell you what you're doing right or doing wrong. You're going to find you will have full exposure, because your way, if you work for someone else, they might be kind enough to kind of protect you from the full elements of that. They might try and help out, pull a few strings, things like that. When you do this stuff, you have to remember you are completely at the mercy of yourself. Yeah. There's absolutely nothing to stop you from doing what you want, and with that comes with the reward. That comes with equally is the responsibility. Because if you make mistakes, there's no chance.
Spider-Man job. Do you know that quote? There's kind of the comic books. It's like, with great power comes great responsibility. It's some kind of Spider-Man comic book quote. I thought you were just
I thought
like those superhero comic books. There you go.
Oh, I fucking love it. Yeah, but you have to be. So that's why I think the learning is such a tough one. But it's well worth it. I'm not going to come here and say it's easy, because it's not going to be easy. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. Yeah. Starting out. And that's how it works. You might get beginner's luck, but just wait till it starts to rain. Yeah. The rain will pass eventually. It's like make hay when the sun shines, save it for a rainy day.
Yeah. It's flashing outside right now, time to spend the money.
Oh, shit, yeah. Fuck it. Time to run, steal all the money. But yeah, I think that's just general. So like I said, through all of that, everything I just said, that's all part of the learning process, and it's even the bad days are positive experiences, because you learn something from that. You learn more from the bad experiences than you do from the good ones.
Yeah. Well,
And that's in anything in life, really. Your learning comes from solutions.
pain and
No pain, no gain.
oh man, I want to stay in my safe place. It sounds like awful fun. It sounds like I don't know, man.
But that
sounds like
thing,
a lot.
that
Sounds like a lot of work, man.
That thing outside your comfort zone will
Yeah.
become your comfort zone.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true. Actually, yeah. Once you calibrate or whatever.
Just imagine this for a sec. Imagine a situation. If you can meditate on this.
Right.
So you're sitting on a beach in a tropical island.
Yeah.
There's lots of women with bikinis going around.
Holy flip. Or men wear
Or men.
bikinis.
There's lots of transgenders.
Yeah.
And you're lying on that beach. They're coming over to you. You wake up while they're going over to get some beers and a few bit of weed. You're basically, you open up your computer
Yeah.
with your business.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. You're in this is now your comfort zone.
Alright.
Your business is your comfort zone. You make a 1,000 just there on the spot.
Yeah.
Then they all come over to you.
Yeah.
Your life is better.
Jeez. Grand.
And that's it. And that's how you make money. That's how you enjoy life. That's one way of doing it.
Popping bottles.
Oh yeah. Now this
Right.
is how you win the lottery. How do you
I couldn't use that. Did you finish that one, eh?
Mm.
Alright, take that one. Cover the label with your hand there.
Oh shit, yeah.
Just
This reminds me.
okay.
So you want to imagine that you're in an exotic world.
Yeah.
That you want to think about that kind of outcome.
You want to fucking goals that there's
You need a
your friends
reason
are-
for
yeah.
doing those goals.
When your friends are out partying, you need to have goals and why you're staying in and
Exactly, yeah. You need
Whatever.
to have a purpose behind it, and the thing is not to give up when it gets bad, because if you keep at it long enough, you will get it. I promise you.
fresh beer shit.
Thank you so much. It is something you will get eventually.
Mm.
You will. There's no one's incapable of anything. Everyone's capable of it. Everyone is. It's just they have to put in the time in. That's all.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable and rejection.
Because that uncomfortable stuff, you become so used to it, it becomes comfortable. The same with my other career, teaching. I mean, that when I first started out, I was going well outside my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Now it's so second nature. It's so normal. I'm just automatic. It's just I don't even necessarily have to plan every situation, every lesson. I used to have to plan step by step what I'm going to do.
Now you're going live on the internet.
Yeah, I know. And then I just go in and I'm just and I may not even know what's going to happen in that lesson. I might have a basic idea of what's going to happen.
Mm.
And it's the same with business. You may have, for a certain day, you may have a basic idea of what's going to happen, but you're not going to know every situation. So when you get to a certain standard, you will be able to just, on the spot, be able to deal with different situations, just like that. And that goes with
You've seen
everything.
This, you've seen this before.
Exactly.
You know the answer.
Even if
already.
you didn't, you just think common sense kicks in. Common sense is a powerful thing, and people say use your common sense, and it sounds like the rudest thing you could say to someone.
Oh really?
Use your common sense. It sounds a bit harsh the way, because
With that vocal tone.
oh jeez, I hear it's like use your common sense. Oh fuck off. And then, but actually, it is the most powerful thing. If you have common sense, it will take care of itself.
Mm.
It won't you just need to concentrate on the subject, and common sense will kick in. When you see a situation that's common sense, get in there.
Yeah.
And you have it sorted.
Yeah.
Because you never know. You may not know everything that's going to happen, but if you have a good idea and you're knowledgeable enough, it's even when things like that happen, it's not too uncomfortable whatsoever. In fact, if anything, it's more enhancing. So yeah, that's business for you. That's how you. Just treat business like you treat any learning opportunity, whether it's relationships,
Battleships or Cluedo.
or drinking, or.
Or drinking. So I think we're gonna wrap up. We've only got 45 seconds left. We've got an action-packed night ahead of us, so we can't dilly-dally. But fucking hell, that was mind stretching. That was a bit of business. Check out the other business course on the playlist. It's all free for now.
So I'll be coming up. Future is when I start putting projects together. I got a few projects in the pipeline.
Mm.
When that comes together, we're gonna have one session in a few weeks where We're gonna break everything down into absolutely every single
Get
steps.
the sledgehammer out.
We're gonna literally do a. I know I say step by step, but you can
Brick by brick.
use your step by step tools to basically go off on your own direction.
Mm.
So use your whatever knowledge there is from any source, put it together, see what you come out with.
Brilliant.
Let's do it.
Fucking love it. Alright, that's it on the button. Okay, over and out. And thank you very much, everyone.
Right, go.
Have a good one.